Where are you going?
We're going?
Well, that's been going.
Like, what
Okay,
the
hold up.
freak?
Brink. Okay. Shit. Where'd Otto go? Oh, he's like on the ground.
Oh.
Okay, guys. It's been a while. A long while. And we're down to the final two. We're running out of friends. So, you guys know Jaden.
Hello.
Anyways, I basically just wanted to rant. I don't know why. Not really rant, just talk. Because holidays, I don't know. We'll get into it. But what I first wanted to start out with was this NASA video I saw on TikTok. I showed Jaden. And for some reason, I was just laying in bed. And it literally, I just sat there and just 2 paragraphs of all the stuff I thought after seeing that video. And I just showed Jaden. And what I told her, I was like, what? Like, what did you think about when you saw that?
It just weirded me out.
She was just weirded out by the
The
sound.
music.
I'll put it in. I'm sure I can do that. But, like, nothing. See, when I immediately saw that, I'll tell you about it. But nothing, like, immediately came into your head when you thought about that. So you work with children too much.
Yeah.
You're, like, dumbing your brain down.
I don't know. I feel like it's just. That whole video just weirded me out.
No initial thoughts when you saw that.
It's just weird to think about.
Like, why?
Like, because it's like all those little teeny little specks are just.
Like a bunch of us?
Yeah, literally.
And then what else would that lead you to think?
There might be more. There might be other
I guess,
people.
yeah, in a conspiracy way. But, like, in what we're going through way, like, what? Like, what? Like, what?
I don't know. It kind of just blew my mind. I have no words.
See, because when I saw it, this is, like, the first thing I thought of is why. That's, like, why I refuse to, like, follow the norms and, like, do what everyone thinks you should be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why should I be acting a certain way because you think I should? Or, like, conform to the stereotypical things. Like, at your age, you should have land. You should own a home. You should be married. You should have 7 little kids running around. Like, no. Like, why should I have to do that? Just because... you saw the video. I'm like, it could be freaking hundreds of trillions of billions of other ones of us out there. So it's like, who is anyone to say I should have done ABC with my life at the point that I'm in?
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
That's true.
I feel like that's happening a lot nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Like, everyone's doing something they think everyone else should be doing. And it's like, okay, cool. Cool, you want to do that. Have fun. That's your thing, not mine. And just because I don't do what you're doing doesn't mean I'm any less than you are.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And, like, anyone who you're dealing with that's like that, I'd show them that video. I'd be like,
just send it to him.
Hey, you think you're hot shit and I'm not just because I'm not?
I would, but I'm blocked, so I can't.
So it's like, if anyone is saying something stupid to me, like, look at this video. Really? For one.
That's true.
Do you think anyone actually gives a damn? No.
No one does. No one cares.
There is plenty more out there. And it's like, I feel like I'm doing this life thing the way I think I should.
Exactly.
And it's like, you don't have to check everyone's boxes.
That's true.
Because everyone, I feel like, is that making sense?
No, yeah.
I feel like certain people, like, hold, like, what they're doing becomes, like, their standard and what they think others should be doing.
Yeah.
Who they surround themselves with. And it's like, it's just, like, political stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you don't follow the same political views as someone else, you're, like, dead to them.
Oh, yeah.
And lately, it's been becoming more and more cutthroat, especially with, like, what's been going on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. It's just, like...
I have even family members that are like that, like, want nothing to do.
But I'm like, okay, cool. You can... Like, I like pepperoni on my pizza. You might not, so we're not going to be friends anymore.
Literally.
It's like, I'm chill with still being friends with you as long as you're not trying to shove it down my throat. How can I say this will make sense? Like, the way they're going about, like, finding their success, it's like, if you're not also doing it like them, like, you almost feel looked down on by them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Okay, cool. That's what you're doing.
Like
but
kind of like a disappointment almost.
I'm like,
in a way.
I don't want to do what you're doing. It's like if
Yeah.
you're a farmer and I want to not be a farmer, like I don't have to be a farmer to be successful. I don't have to be a mechanic to be successful. I don't have to do the shit you're doing to be successful. You
No,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like we're doing it in a different way. So
Everyone
it's like
can do it
why
a different way. Yeah.
like that doesn't give you the right to like look down on someone. It's like we're all succeeding in our own way, if that makes sense.
No, I agree.
And so it like grinds my gears when people, and you can feel when people are like that towards you.
Oh yeah.
Like they're almost in like this culty mindset that
Yeah.
what they're doing and how they're doing it is like, if you're not doing that, we can't be friends. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like you go do your Ponzi scheme and do your shit, I guess. My main thing to that was like not doing the run of the mill lifestyle, whatever. And yeah, it is nice to everyone. We all need money. Like that's just the world we live in. We have to.
Especially nowadays.
But like a lot of people base like their entire life and everything they are like on money.
Yeah.
And like, well, yes, we need that nowadays because that's how the world works. But it's like, we shouldn't. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it.
Like, why do we put so much stress on that? Because I feel like if you're making money and you feel comfortable and you're enjoying the things you do, I feel like that should be.
Do what makes you happy,
Yeah.
not to prove a point to people.
And it's like people shouldn't like look down on that.
Yeah.
Because I'd say that's like, if you're comfortable, who cares if you're not hustling 24/7 like some people? Like that's what you want to do. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's not what I want to do.
You want to work 4 jobs? Good for you. I don't.
Yeah, like even then, even if it's just one, but it's, I don't know. I feel like there's just so many, not even just with politics, just with everything nowadays, there's so many divides and people just base so much. I don't know. I guess everyone's growing and succeeding at their own rate, but it's kind of crazy because I feel like you lose people when that happens
Oh yeah.
because
100%.
they just base so many things on almost materialistic things. I don't know. I thought way more deeply about it when I was laying in bed at like 1 a.m. watching this because I just got done editing pictures and I was going on my TikTok time. My phone's usually pretty much dead by the time the day gets over, so I like go on it until it's like dead, and then I plug it in and go to bed. But I wanted to talk about a couple things. One's a conspiracy theory, and then the other one is Jaden's really excited for this one. Divorced families and holidays, because I feel like that's obviously something we both deal with.
Yes.
And so I feel like we can really get into that. But the first thing I want to talk about was the phones listening because I've been having so many instances of this.
Oh, it happens to me all the time.
Because I know they do. And we all still choose to use them. Because there is no way they don't. I will literally be at your house, be talking about something, and I'll see it on freaking TikTok or Facebook.
Or yeah, like pops up like the interesting, or like on Facebook, like on your feed.
Yeah.
Like you'll be interested in, and we're like, we were just talking about that.
I was literally talking with Emma the other day about Mount Rushmore, like all the presidents' faces, you know?
Oh yeah.
I've never seen a TikTok about that. And
And
then
it popped
literally got in my car to leave her house. And I was on TikTok, but oh, it's because we had posted a video. So I was making sure it posted because sometimes it doesn't post. But yeah, a Mount Rushmore video was like the first thing on my freaking feed.
Do you remember that? We were talking about the place with the big arch made out of antlers. Where's that?
Oh, Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Yes. Okay,
yeah.
I was talking. Someone was talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, I've never been
It was
there."
me.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, "Oh, it's so cool."
Uh-huh.
Literally the next 3 days, that's all my TikTok was for.
Yeah, and you were sending. Yeah, I know it. That's why I was like,
I'm like, I've never even like I told you, I'd never seen it. I didn't know even where it was, and then it's just all over my TikTok feed.
dude, like what? It's not a coincidence. You can't tell me that's a coincidence.
Oh, it's so weird.
Like, so does it make you like worried for like your privacy or your safety?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Like how worried though? Because you still use your phone.
not like super worried, but like I know my phone's listening definitely.
Yeah, but like, how do you know you can't talk about certain shit and it getting back to other people?
Oh shit! If it does, it does.
Like, I wonder if there's
Maybe they were meant to hear that.
I guess so. Well, and what that makes me think about, I don't know why, I saw this thing last night on my TikTok time. It's called remote viewing. Have you ever heard about that? It's freaking nuts. I don't know how legitimate this is, but there's like this person who is like the interviewer, I guess, and it's basically like an anonymous, like if I were the guy, I'd ask you things about a certain location and time, and you would just describe the first thing that comes to your brain, and it would like basically be like surveilling that place. So like
What?
well, have you seen all the Mars stuff that's coming out? There's like a bunch of Mars stuff, like everyone, I don't know, there's just a bunch of like that. That's probably why I got
Your
that on my feed.
TikTok's all weird.
Yeah, well, there's like in like 1984.
Watch now, my TikTok's gonna be full of it because
Yep.
you're talking about it.
But when in 1984 they did this remote viewing of Mars, and they wanted to know what it looked like 1 million BC. And so the interviewer was asked, because there's like remote viewers, they're like special people apparently. Like I said, I don't know how legitimate this is. So they asked this person, like the interviewer gets like an envelope, and it's like all the information about where, when, what, all this. And I guess the interviewer doesn't even open it. They just like put it in their pocket. What? And then they like ask the person. The person has no idea where they're viewing, and the person just like tells them, like draws, replies, and they like told them all the stuff about Mars, 1 million BC, and then that was the remote viewing of Mars. And then all these new pictures and stuff came up of like the surface of Mars and all this stuff. And I guess from those photos, they like compared it to the remote viewing in 1984, and they're like almost identical.
No.
And I was just like looking at this for hours. My eyes were like falling asleep, and I'm like, what the actual hell?
That's weird.
And countries were doing this to like spy on other. They like believed it so much. If it's real, don't know. I didn't look
They're
that.
spying on other people with it?
They were like using it to like spy on other places and countries. Like,
What?
I don't know. It was crazy.
That's
But
weird.
to get back to the phones, I feel like phones are like a small part of like our day that are watched, because if phones are listening to us,
Who knows what else is?
exactly, like when you're buying stuff,
Yeah,
because like what do you use, cash or card most of the time?
my card.
Yeah, so your bank is watching what you're freaking buying, because I know I'll get like statements every week, like tell me how much I spend at like the gas station, or how much I
Mine
spend.
doesn't divide like that, but I get like a notification every time my card gets like
So it's
swiped.
like your card knows what you're doing.
That's true.
Who knows what the banks are doing with this information to like send to like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you get put into like a little demographic of who, like, your a target audience of like how you can be advertised towards.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what happens when like businesses, like some businesses go out of business.
Yeah.
They like sell the information like that to other people, like personal information, so they can use it to like figure out how to better advertise.
So you're
and, like,
probably right.
so it's like,
That's weird. to
and then
think
while
about.
you're there buying stuff, the grocery stores have cameras.
Yeah, have you seen that thing where it like tracks you like in their camera rooms?
Yeah,
It like
and then
tracks you through the whole store to see like if people are stealing
yeah,
stuff.
and then they have like the little secret shoppers who follow you around and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
And then like I saw a video about that. There's like a secret shopper. They said they like followed at least 100 different people around every day just to like see what they
There's
were doing.
one in Freight at the Walmart.
So Chesney and I actually did secret shopping.
You did?
So some of it's not like that. Some of it's not like you go and watch people. Some of it's like you go on there and it gives you missions, I guess you could say. Like I went into Ace and did it in Ephrata and Moses. It's like go in, look for this product, take a picture of how they have it set up, see how long it takes for someone to come ask you about the product, and then other stuff. Buy the product, and then we'll reimburse you. And then how is the service? Like all that. Mine, I think, was for like a Weber grill, the pellets that go in like the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was
That's
funny.
cool. The lady that's at the Walmart one has been there for years, and she like follows people around.
But she works there.
No, like she's in normal clothes.
Oh, she's like a secret
But my
shopper.
grandma knows her.
Oh shit.
So why we know her.
She's a famous secret, so she's not that secret anymore.
No, now she's like security.
Oh,
But she used
some security.
security. But yeah, I remember seeing her like follow people around, like all the sketchy people. She'd like follow them through aisles.
So she profiles for a living.
Sure.
But other than the grocery stores, your freaking TV, like when you're on Netflix,
Your computer, everything.
like you're on Netflix, it's literally saying we picked these for you.
For you,
based,
literally.
Yeah, like based off of what you've been watching.
You watch one show and it's like,
Yeah, and I feel like
we
you can't even get away from that. Like they literally are, and that's I think who was it? There was another big corporation. I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't even study that, but they literally sell all this information to like other companies.
So weird.
So they can do that. And one main one I feel like we don't think about is our own houses. If we have like cameras,
security systems,
or like Ring doorbells.
Oh my god, I never thought of that. Well, at least I don't have any of those.
And it's like, and if you have a subscription, it's like, how do you know?
Oh yeah, because aren't the cameras like, or like the doorbells, aren't those like subscriptions?
Yeah, well, sometimes I guess if you pay for it
that's
to like
weird.
save it, but it's getting saved to the app. But who else can see this?
Who controls that? Yeah,
There's
that's true.
no way that this. I don't know. It's crazy to
They're
me.
just watching us at our houses like it's
like
a freaking TV
unless
show.
you live in the middle of the Sahara Desert, I feel like there's no way for any privacy. So it's like, why even try?
No.
So it's like. But while we were on one of those sketchy devices earlier, we were talking about we were planning a trip to go party in Coeur d'Alene this weekend, and I was like, we could just go Thursday and stay the night. But it's Thanksgiving, but that's not on like my mental calendar anymore because I feel like holidays, I wouldn't say ruined. We've never really celebrated holidays, I guess you could say. And that's because my parents were so like not a thing from like as long as I can remember, that holidays have never really been something that we are like, oh my god, it's Thanksgiving, or oh my god, it's Christmas, because it was just kind of like, eh. And we'd always go to my dad's, we only hung out with my dad's side of the family.
Oh, yeah.
And so we'd always be over there for every single holiday. And it was the same shit. Everyone just, and when they say Mexican families use every holiday to just drink beer and get slammed, it ain't no lie, because that's all it was.
Anything, birthday parties,
gender
review.
Yeah, right. You go to grandma's, everyone sits inside. I feel like my dad had 5 brothers. They all sat out in the garage and just got trashed.
And the moms would be inside taking care of the kids.
Yeah. Well, fuck, some of them are out there too getting trashed. So it's like the kids are just running around like heathens.
Literally.
But yeah, I really thought it was something we could relate to because both of our moms are divorced. Yes. And I'm sure we'll talk about some sort of narcissism in this. And I feel like it's the narcissistic part of this that makes the holidays so like, because it just like strikes something in your head that you're just like, and it's, for me at least, it's not something that like I'm sad about that holidays aren't a big deal. It's just like, I feel like I've never actually experienced a genuine, sincere holiday that like, I don't even know what I'm missing out on.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean?
mean?
I get that.
And sometimes, like the last few major holidays, I haven't even been home. Even when my parents were still together. The last holiday I can remember us spending was...
Like as a family?
Yeah, like at my grandma's. Because it's always... We always have spent holidays at my grandma's.
That's how ours is.
But... I'm trying to think. I don't remember the last time I was over there.
At your grandma's?
Yeah. But since then, I can remember where I've been. I usually would go to like Aubrey and Riley.
Oh, to like their Christmas?
Yeah, I would be at their... I probably have been there more than I've actually been at like our families. And then a couple Thanksgivings ago... Oh, that was funny. A couple Thanksgivings ago, Houston and I broke down in Idaho on the way to Wickenburg.
Oh.
And he luckily had a friend that lived not too far from where we were, so we literally spent Thanksgiving with his family. He hasn't seen this guy in like 10 years.
Oh my god.
And we literally just went and stayed at his house. Truck was going to be done for 3 days. Ended up spending Thanksgiving with his family.
Oh my god.
Left. Ended up spending Christmas with someone else's family. And then, what was the next Christmas? I don't remember what I've done. Last few Christmases we've been here, so it's just literally been my mom and I.
Your mom and
And we'd go to like the farm,
like the Christmas
party and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I guess with that being said, it's obviously affected me. But has the whole divorced parents thing like affected your holidays or how you like see holidays?
I mean, in some ways, it was always weird because like we would Christmas would depend on who we were with for Thanksgiving.
Like like when there was still shared custody kind of thing?
Yeah, like when we were still like when my parents first got divorced,
Uh-huh.
in their papers, it like said like whoever you spent Thanksgiving with, you wouldn't spend Christmas Day with. So like if I was with my mom for Christmas Eve, I wasn't with her for Christmas Day. I was with her for no. If I was with my mom for Thanksgiving, I was.
Oh shit! I was not happy about Hugo.
Is Hugo in there?
He's just tromping around.
Jumped out of
I
your
know.
seat.
But what?
Okay, so if I was with my mom for Thanksgiving, I was with her on Christmas Eve, but not Christmas Day.
If you were with her on Thanksgiving,
Yep.
you were with her on Christmas Eve.
But not Christmas Day.
Okay.
And then it would flip the next year. So on Christmas Day, I would be with my dad.
Okay.
And then the next year would flip.
And then Christmas.
And I'd be with my dad for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And Christmas Eve, and my mom on Christmas Day.
So they would put Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve into one?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's apparently like a common thing because my aunt and her kids have it the same way, which I didn't think was common. I felt that was always so weird.
Uh-huh.
Like I always thought like if Christmas or if Thanksgiving fell on the time you're with our mom, we would just be with her. But we would leave my mom's to go to my dad's, or we'd like leave my dad's to go to my mom's. For
And like just for the day?
Yeah. And we'd do like the whole like divorced parent drop off in like McDonald's parking lot, you know?
For Thanksgiving?
Like 8 o'clock in the morning, go get in my dad's car, or, you know, just pick up.
Yeah. Do you think, like, with all that, like, how was your dynamic with your family? Like,
So,
which
like,
family did you feel more close to, I guess?
My mom's side of the family.
Okay.
My mom's side of the family takes the holidays very seriously. Like, it's like, that's all out. My grandma's house during the holidays is
It's
insane.
like freaking North Pole.
Yeah. She's got like a whole ass village in her house. Like,
See, I never, like, even my grandma, even though she, like, celebrated it and had the whole family over, no one really, like, did it like that.
we go all out. We have like a designated list about what food everyone brings for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then we do a Christmas drawing. Like, we pull names on Thanksgiving for Christmas.
Uh-huh.
But, like, my dad's side of the family was never, like, the holiday type. I mean, like, they get together, but it wasn't anything
It
like...
was just kind of like a celebration, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never would want to go. Like, I didn't want to go. I mean, like, I love my dad's side of the family. But, like, I never wanted to go there.
Yeah.
I'd always get so pissed. I just want to go to Grandma Betty's house.
See, I kind of had to because, like I said,
Yeah.
my mom, like, we never had contact with her side of the family, and so we'd had to go there. But like, my mom and I always felt like the black sheeps,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like something we just thought. It was because my dad had literally told her that one time, like, you and Blake are a different breed. And so I already know all the shit that gets talked behind closed doors. So it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I didn't feel right being there, but it's like, where the hell else am I gonna go? And they're still married. And
Yeah.
back to the
So
whole
you had no
narcissistic
choice.
part, like, they'd go to family functions and he'd act like nothing was wrong.
Like, he was the perfect husband.
yeah,
and-
they were
yeah.
like the best.
And then you'd
couple
leave, there'd be
ever.
a fight on the way home.
Yeah,
or something
you'd
like that.
leave and you're like, where the hell am I?
Yeah.
But like, it just like, it never felt right. Like, I would have rather just had
Stayed home and done
yeah,
nothing.
just done nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like, not gonna say it was like fun though. Like, thinking back now, that's how it is. But
Yeah.
like during the time, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. And then now that they're like divorced, it's like, oh, think I'm gonna go back there? It's
Yeah,
like,
no.
I already know. I already know how you guys work. And so it makes me think, like, it's not even like I don't even look forward to the holidays and like, it's just like, they're just,
It's just another day.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally, but it's like, I guess you still have a solid place to go on holidays.
Yeah.
So it's like you still look forward to them, I'm assuming. Yeah. And so it's like you still have, I guess, family. Or not I guess, but you still have family. So it's not like,
Yeah.
but I never expect to do anything anymore is what I guess I'm getting at. Because
Oh my God.
yeah, it's just another day, like you said. So yeah, Did you ever experience, like, during all that, like, any sort of, I wouldn't say hatred, but, like, hard feelings, I guess? Oh, it's time to
Time
be
to be
real.
real.
But did you ever, she's like, I want to do it so bad. But did you
No,
ever
no.
experience, like, any sort of,
As he's be really.
I know.
Okay, what
Like,
was
did
it?
you ever feel like one side of the family, like, did you feel, like, torn?
No. My grandmas hate each other. So, like, my grandma, like, they're just jealous of each other, I think is what
Uh-huh.
it is. Like, well, no. I wouldn't say they're both jealous of each other. I'd say one grandma is jealous over the other because
One gets more attention than the other?
one has more money than the other, and I think that's just what it is. Like,
Uh-oh.
she can't do the same things that whatever.
Oh,
But
like,
it's
she can't provide for the grandkids?
like the other one does.
Or, like, the other one provides for the grandkids in a way that makes the other one looks like they don't.
Yes.
I guess you could say. Like,
So,
she's
like,
overcompensating.
if
Like what we were first talking
Yes,
about.
Okay, so like like now that we're older and we get to choose where we go.
Uh-huh.
So like my sister and I are both over the age of 18, so we get to pick where we go for Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Uh-huh.
If we don't go to that,
Is that still going?
yeah.
Okay.
If we don't go to like the one grandma's house,
She
and we
gets
go to
jealous?
the others, she gets pissed.
Oh.
So then like
But, I mean, you don't mean it in a bad way.
no, and I'm just like, I want to go, but like I would
It's hard
rather
because you
go
have to
spend more
pick.
time with,
Yeah.
you know.
Like, it's
And
hard.
like, first off, I'd rather want to go spend time with my mom than I want to spend with my dad. Any day.
Yeah.
And like, it's so awkward going to like family events because my dad has a new girlfriend every freaking holiday.
Yeah.
And he's bringing his girlfriend's kids this year. And we get a group text, or like a family group text. And it's like, okay, we're doing Thanksgiving on Thursday at this time. We need a head count. Who's all coming? And my dad is the first person to respond. Me, my girlfriend, and her 3 kids. Doesn't even include my sister and I. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll be there. Like, Maddox is like, yeah, I guess I'll be there. But, like, we're only going to go there for, like, an hour and then scoot over to the other Thanksgiving.
See, and I've never had to deal with that, like, making sure I go to 2 different families.
Yeah, we had to, or it's just an argument. And it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, well, why did you go there and not here? And why'd you go? And it's like,
Because I've only ever had
I can't
one.
please everyone. Okay, maybe we should do Thanksgiving on a different day then so we can each do separate Thanksgiving so we're not all pissed off at each other.
See, and I guess that's I wouldn't say nice part, but I guess the only, in my eyes, my dad's side of the family is so freaking large. It's like, okay, they're not going to miss one person being there. And it's going to sound so shitty, but it's like, I've never felt like a, like, super close bond.
And, or like included in anything.
Because there's so many of us.
Yeah.
And it's like, not only that, my grandma had one of the family members living in the house with his wife, girlfriend, whatever, and their, like, village of kids. So it's like, she's already got a lot on her plate. And so it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't think like that. Like,
No, I get it,
what
though.
she's going to miss one person, but it's like, I'm sure they know I'm not there, obviously,
Yeah.
but just with, like, the whole dynamic and everything that happened, it's just like, I don't, for one, care to go. And I
Nor
know,
do you want to go.
nor do I want to go because I know that they don't care if I go anyways. So
Yeah.
it's like,
And they're probably talking shit. Or not
yeah,
anymore.
no, they are. And so it's like, that's just the one, fuck, man, I don't know. Like, it's just
No,
that.
I get it.
And so
I get it.
it just,
And probably, like, when you go over there, was there, like, family drama?
it was just like a tension.
Did
Like, you could
anyone
just
ever get in
feel-
arguments? Because I swear every freaking holiday, there is a family argument. And for some reason, I'm the one that's always involved in it.
Honestly, I wish there were, but there weren't. But I know, like, it's one of those things where you know things are being said.
And you want to say something? Did you ever want to say something?
Oh, well, that's the thing. We would. My mom and I would. And so that's why I don't
That's why I always
Yeah.
am in the middle of
But
family
no one-
arguments because I don't know how to keep my mouth shut.
and no one else would. And so I'm like, there's no way. And it's just like one of those things where it's just so many, like, there's family members who try to pull the whole, we're the perfect family, nothing's wrong card.
Oh, I know how that is.
Yeah, and they're just like passive aggressive. And
My
just,
kids do no wrong. My
Yeah.
kids are perfect. Your kids, you're a bad
Yes.
parent. You don't know how to parent kids. That's how some family members are on my mom's side. Like, oh, like to my mom, you're a shitty mom. That's basically what they're saying.
Uh-huh.
You're a shitty mom. I raised my kids better. My kids are better than you. And every time we're going to talk about your kids, I'm going to overstep you, overcompensate how good my kids.
Yeah,
Like, that's what it is.
your kid.
Oh, well, my kid goes here, and oh, my kid does this. And it's like,
Your kid aced their math test. Well, mine just solved the cure for diabetes.
no,
like,
it literally
Yeah.
is one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate when it gets brought up. It's like, we're not trying to one up each other and what our kids do.
it's a holiday.
It's so annoying. Every holiday.
Holidays. I guess what really like killed holidays for me was when I was like threatened by family members to get beat up because I didn't deserve to be called a Lowetta. Because I would always be. Yes, I'd always be with the scones for. See, I felt more love from them than my own freaking family because I
Yeah.
like literally grew up with them, and so I'd go over there for Thanksgiving. I'd go over there for Christmas Eve. I'd go over there for Christmas. I'd like my grandma's house would be like a hi bye kind of thing,
Like, you just
and,
stop
and then I'd go back to the scones,
Yeah.
and so, and then they'd take me like on vacations. Fuck, once they took me school clothes shopping a couple times, and so some of my family members did not like it.
They're jealous.
Yeah, and so I'm like, okay, hey, I knew this from a young age. Like, family isn't based on like blood. Like,
No. Yeah.
it's just based on like who has been family to you.
Yeah.
And some people don't get that.
Who's taking you and treated you like your actual family?
Yeah, like some
Yeah.
people don't get that even when they're however old they are. And so they just couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I've seen family members recently in public that just walk by me.
They don't
Like
even
family
know.
members that used to be like at like holidays, like, oh, I love you so much, hugs.
And they see you in public, don't
And
say
then
a
now,
word.
nothing. And it's definitely, obviously, from the divorce, for one, whose side got picked, for two. But the only reason that happened was because of ways that the other person acted. Like, I gave them
Yeah.
both a chance. Like, it's not, I guess that sounds bad. It's not like I gave them a chance. I just wanted to be neutral, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, because of actions of, obviously, one person, I'm not, like, fuck off. You know what I mean?
Literally.
So it's, I want nothing to do with you. I don't fucking care if you brought me
Yeah.
into this world. And so I feel like that's one reason I, like, don't get too butthurt about not going to family functions.
If I didn't show up to a family function, I would not hear the end of it.
Really? Well, I guess, but you have more of a
Like, I literally would not hear the end
relation
of it.
with,
My mom would be like, okay.
yeah.
But everyone else would be like, where were you? Why are you not here? I'd probably get like 85 freaking phone calls.
But yeah, it's just crazy how before all that, I'm trying to think of the last holiday as like a family we all spent. It had to have been a Christmas or something. It was probably something after my wreck. Like, I feel like a Thanksgiving or a Christmas. It was like the last time my dad and my mom were still together. We went to a family function. Everyone's all hugging, lovey-dovey, best family ever.
The perfect family.
And then after my wreck, what happened? I know I went to a couple more. Oh, because no, I went back to school, ended up going down to Wickenburg, and then wasn't at like a Thanksgiving or a Christmas. And then while I was down there, it was when my mom left my dad. And so then when I had gotten back, it would have been like February, closer to February. I stayed with my dad for a little bit. Obviously still talked to both parents. Told both of them, like, you guys are still both my parents. Like, we're not going to be the whole side picking thing.
Like, pick sides.
Yeah. And so after that, whatever, mom's gone. Dad was trying to hold it in. You know the whole narcissistic thing, trying to hold it in, be the new change.
Yeah. I'm a whole new person.
I'm a whole new person. Don't be mad at me.
It's not my fault. It's your mom's fault.
Yeah, like, not even that, really. He was trying to be, like, actually, like, different.
Oh,
Like,
my dad was like
everyone is perfect. We're all fine, but he couldn't hold it in. He couldn't. And so then summer rolls around. I come out here and start working on the farm. And then I end up just, like, totally moving out here. And then the whole finding out about his new lover.
girlfriend.
I want to, like, talk about that, but that'd be, like, such a story. Should I?
It's a good story.
Is
You
it a
feel like
good
you
story?
should.
I feel like we're really going off topic. I don't really have anything else to say really about holidays except they're stupid. So I'll tell it. Okay, it's a funny story. I, after I totally made the decision to, I guess, move out here, was still somewhat in cahoots with my dad, right? It's like we're still cool. I didn't leave his, like, I was still cool with him even when I like moved out here because
Like you were still talking to him.
yeah, like we were still, it was still like neutrally, like he
Yeah.
was still being cool. Honestly, it wasn't until I came out here that it really hit the fan that he like wasn't, because they like, there's other tendencies, they go into like the I'm new and I'm changed, but like they can't do it forever.
No.
And so
They're switch flips.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm out here, right? I'm still going and like going to the house every now and then and like help when he's gone hunting or at his brother's or his mom's. I'm still going and like checking on the house for him, whatever. I still had stuff in the house, so I would go get some stuff. And so we were still cool. And so now he's going on like hunting trips. And so I'm going over and I'm house sitting. And
Did he ever do that stuff before?
Yeah, but oh, it gets good. He's done it before, and I want to say I have a pretty good gut. I know why. And I know why he spends so much time with his brothers and so much time at his mom's house. I know why.
No.
Listen, so his main thing to my mom was she was cheating. Because after my wreck, she lost like over what? You saw my mom before. Have you seen my mom before? She lost a shit ton
a lot
of
of weight. Yeah.
She wanted to do it for herself. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
she
she's
was
probably stressed and
she wasn't in a good marriage. She wanted to do something with herself. She wanted to friggin' do something for herself. So
yeah.
she was always cheating, right? Like she was a little cheater. As she spends literally 24 hours at work. Like she was sleeping in the office. And so
she's a cheater.
Like
she
when
finds time.
Like when they built the new office, she'd go upstairs and like sleep on the couches and stuff because she was at work so much. Like she was
the
good at her
scale
job.
Yeah,
she was exporting.
Yeah.
And so I'd go over and like watch the house while he'd be hunting or whatever. And so I'd start to notice, I'm like, dang, this house is like cold. He always has he loved his wood burning stove and it was always on. But when I'd go over and house it, it was off and the house was like freezing cold. I'm like, what? That's weird. It's like, okay, on one hand, maybe he shut it off because he was leaving. But I'm here. Like I came to watch the house while he was gone. Like I said bye. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, okay, that's weird. Fridge empty. Nothing. Like the house obviously is empty because my mom took everything that she wanted when she left. Which was most of the stuff like I had built when I was like healing or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever. Come back again for another time. Mind you, my horses are still at the house.
Yeah.
And so, and I'd bring them hay. I'd bring him hay all the time. I'd offer to feed him and stuff. Like I'd offer to stay at the house. I offered to like stay at the house and like feed him whenever I wasn't like doing farm stuff. He's like, no, I got it. And so I'd still bring him hay. I'd bring him hay all the time, whatever. So I go back to house it again. Now the garage fridge is full of White Claws. The fridge and he never drank. He doesn't drink White Claws. He's a freaking beaner. He drinks freaking beer. And so the fridge in the house, there's like wine, like Fiji water, like what? I'm like, what the?
And you always said that your dad was not like that.
No,
like,
he was a cheap ass.
Yeah, he's
like,
very cheap.
Dude was a cheap ass. So I'm like, okay, weird. There's someone else. I know there's someone else because this is weird. And so, whatever, some time goes by, I leave, and he's already on my ass about, like, getting the horses out of there. Mind you, the divorce is still fresh. My mom could go sleep in the living room if she wanted to in that house because it's still half of theirs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, while, yes, I'm trying to find a place to take the horses, like, it's not a big deal because
especially because you've offered to feed them and you've offered to do all this.
They can stay at your and mom's house for as long as they need to. So, whatever. One day I'm going with the girls to a baseball game in Moses and the car needed the insurance the insurance card because
Yeah.
I didn't have it anymore and I just got new crap, whatever. And so I'm driving down Stratford past the house, and then here comes my dad. And I'm like, was that my dad? I thought I saw two people in that truck. And then I called him like, hey, are you on Stratford? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I need to come to the house real quick to get the insurance card. He's like, oh, okay. I'll just send you a picture of it. And I was like, oh, no, it's cool. I can turn around. I literally just passed you. He's like, oh, well, I don't have it. I threw it away. And I was like, then how the hell are you going to send me a picture of it? And so I'm like, well, I need stuff out of my room anyway, so I'm turning around. And so I get there. The door's like cracked open, the front door. I walk in. He's like propped up against the kitchen table, like waiting for me. And I'm like, who is this guy? Why is he giving me like the grand entrance right now? And so I walk in there. I'm like, hey. He's like, hey. Like just being super short. I'm like, okay.
Super
Go up to my
weird.
room, get my shit. I'm like, all right. Well, if you don't have the insurance card, I guess send me a picture when you find one. But, oh,
But he threw it away.
I had literally seen them on the counter when I was just house sitting like the weekend before. They were sitting
The
right in the
insurance
corner.
cards?
And I don't know why I didn't grab it, but I didn't. And so that's why I called him. I was like, I remember seeing them there, but he wouldn't let us have keys to the house. You had to like arrange times to come to the house to get shit.
So what did you do when you house sat? And you like,
I'd have to get a key from him.
oh, because he wasn't,
Yeah.
he was gone. So the lady wasn't there. So you wouldn't walk in.
And so I left to go back to the game. And the girls called like, hey, bring like a tennis ball for the dogs. Because I had Otto. She had her dog.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, perfect. I had just seen one on the floor that's been there for the last like month in the same spot. I'll go grab that one, right? So I go back to grab it, and as I pull in, this little chick scurrying into my dad's truck, and I'm like, what the fuck?
No.
And so I go inside, grab the tennis ball. I can't find my dad. He's gone too. And I'm like, okay, I was like, I don't even care anymore. So I call my dad. I'm like, hey, like, when can I meet your little friend? He's like, oh, well, you meet her next time. I'm like, okay, weird. So of course, first thing I do, I'm like, I was the one like in charge of the phone plan. My dad was on it, my mom was on it, my brother was on it.
So you could see everyone's phone
I could see,
logs.
yeah,
everything.
not like everything, just like numbers and stuff.
But
So
yeah.
I like obviously first number. This guy's been calling a shit ton, and I mean a shit ton. Like
Can you trace it all the way back?
So I just get the number, send it to one of my friends who does like background check stuff. My mom actually did. Found the name, found everything about this chick, right? So I go to Facebook, I go to Instagram, and I add her on everything.
Wait, I remember this part.
Yeah. And so I add her on Instagram. She's declining me. She keeps declining my requests. So I just keep adding her back. And she finally adds me back. And so after she adds me back, I'm like, cool, she added me. Whatever. Like, I didn't think to go like stalk the chick, right? And so we go to the game. I don't remember what happened, but I ended up going to Natalie's house later. And I was telling Natalie about the whole situation. And she's like, well, have you stalked her yet? And I was like, didn't even think about that, right? So I'm going through pretty far in to her posts, just like looking at pictures. Nat was scrolling.
Yeah.
And so I'm not seeing everything. She's just looking to like see the chick, right? And she gets down like years ago. And she's like, it's my family camp
I
out.
was gonna say you're gonna camp.
And I'm like, I've never seen this bitch. Why is she at my family camp out? And then I see a picture of her RV. It's the RV that's always parked like 50, 75 yards away from our family. Does like a big like 5 camper circle on the beach.
And
And
she wasn't a part of your family.
No.
So she was just.
She was just there all the time. Every time we had a family camp out, her camper was always there. I didn't know it was hers at first until I saw these pictures. I'm like, that's that stupid ass camper with the dog that runs around all the time. And then she's in like our family pictures, but I'm not there because it was close enough to home. We could go back home and like go to town and do shit like that.
Oh yeah.
But here she is taking pictures with my whole ass family. But where the hell are we? My mom and I are never there when this is happening. I've never seen this chick, never met her. But she's, for like years, she's like, another great year of the Loetta family camp out.
Shut up.
Another great year. They always throw that, like, where the fuck have you been when I've been there?
What?
And so comes the question, Mr. accused my mom of
Your
cheating
dad was
20.
screwing this chick for years.
And I had even said, I was like, there's no way someone like him just goes out and meets someone
Like
right
that.
after getting out of a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the kind of guy who can just get right into a relationship. This guy, I'm telling you right now, been screwing around with this chick for years, and I can guarantee you that. And so I thought that was nuts. And then,
That's bizarre.
and what's even crazier is while we're scrolling back through all these pictures and stuff, liked by my brother's Instagram, liked by blah, blah, blah.
Your brother knew.
Apparently, if he didn't, okay, cool. But maybe
But he
didn't.
met her.
It's like,
You've had to have met her to add her
yeah,
on
he's had to have met her if he's
Instagram.
been friends on Instagram with her and liking all of her posts for the last however long. And what's crazier, what made me think why this guy is always hanging out with his brothers, going to brother's house, blah, 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 because she lived not even a block away from one of them.
So if,
Yes, there was one that lives like here, and then a mile down the road, another one, and then like a block down from him, her. And there's pictures of her in his kitchen, all hanging out. And I'm like,
because she hung out with the brothers
yeah,
too.
so I'm like, oh, going to
if
brothers.
he's ever questioned.
That was like one thing I always remember. Going to my brothers. Going to my mom's. Going to my brothers. And I'm like, I see right through you, you little snake. Yeah, felt like that day felt like a freaking soap opera. I'm like, uncovering shit like Inspector Gadget. Hey, you know it.
Yeah.
I've said some shit and thought of some shit, and I have a good gut. Call me an empath. Call me one of those remote viewers. I know, but yeah, I thought that's like the craziest, most narcissistic thing I can think of. I like how I went from talking about holidays to this. But look, we just need to get it
That's
out.
our favorite topic.
It's a good topic. But that's like the best narcissistic story I can think to tell, because it was just so recent,
Yeah.
and I feel like it like put a lot of pieces into place for my mom, who always felt like she wasn't good enough for my dad because of like the insane standards and bullshit. I don't know. Like he fucked with her.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I don't know. But yeah, I love telling that story. Other than that, I feel like that was a good little chunk. Yeah, we're already on almost at an hour. Yeah. So holidays.
Holidays. Back to it.
Any other little? How can we end this off with a good note? Talking about holidays.
Thanksgiving's on Thursday.
What's something we could do next week? Like a more interactive one where we're not just, I feel like we just need to, we've been saying this the last few times we've been putting. We're trying to get back in the groove and then we fall out of the groove.
I know.
I feel like this was a good way to get back into the groove. It's just like do it once. It's like going to the gym.
You
You gotta do it and then keep up the habit.
Yeah.
This was a good way to start. I feel like that was a good story. That's gonna be the clickbait.
Clickbait.
My cheating dad.
My cheating father.
Oh. But is there like a cousin or someone that you're just like makes you excited to go to family events? Not saying you have to pick favorites, just
No, because I'm the
who's
oldest.
someone? Oh,
Everyone else is younger than me.
see, I had a really large difference.
I'm the oldest grandkid on both sides of my family.
I had some like super young cousins, like babies, and then some like, who's my oldest
I have
cousin?
older second cousins, but they don't come to like my Thanksgiving and Christmases.
I feel like this is gonna be a Christmas Thanksgiving thing for me because my mom and I did Christmas like 3 weeks ago on the counter right there. She got a bunch of shit for me and was like, here you go.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I was like, cool. And then Thanksgiving, oh yeah, we're gonna get some steaks and make pico.
For Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And then I have surgery tomorrow, so I'll probably want to just lay around anyways.
Yeah. Probably up in bed all day.
And then Morgan wants to go get rowdy in Coeur d'Alene on Friday.
On Friday.
I'm gonna be the DD most likely because I'll be 2 days out. No, 3 days.
Yeah.
And so yeah, if you guys are wondering if I'm looking forward to the holidays, I'm just looking forward to Thursday.
To Thanksgiving.
It's Thursday to me.
Oh. I mean,
I just realized my slipper's been in this been in this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got these from my grandma.
Oh,
Uh,
slippers from Gam Gam.
any last words? Oh wait,
What?
what do we get? What should our next pod be? What should we do? Like, what's something fun we could do?
I feel like we need to make the pod mobile
Oh, yeah.
and like go somewhere and pod somewhere.
Just need some power. As long as we have power.
Power. We could pod at my house.
We could have a little like roast marshmallows around the fire pit,
Yeah.
and then like
Pod at the fire.
figure out some like what could we pot about around the fire pit? What could we talk about? Or we could do the interview thing.
Yes, we can interview people around the fire.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
We're gonna think of some really juicy things to ask our friends.
We're gonna interview them.
Just to like, we don't know a lot about each other.
That's true.
I mean, we
Wait, I got
do.
another great idea.
What?
We should FaceTime Caleb and do an update.
Oh yeah, we could FaceTime Caleb, do an update.
That'd be good.
Oh yeah, we could call him. We could interview him too over FaceTime.
Yeah, we can over FaceTime.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can.
because for as much as we feel like we know about each other, there's still some. We got to figure out some really good questions to ask each other. That like
Some juicy questions.
not even juicy, just like
Or like get to know you.
get
Deeper.
deep,
Yeah.
get deep around the fire.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could like all get cozy. Hopefully, it starts snowing.
During the pod.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That'd be fun.
All right, I can't wait to edit this so I can watch my story, and see how crazy
Cheating
it sounds,
father.
and maybe see if I even want to post it. Honestly, I don't even give a shit. Like the very first thing we talked about. Where's the tiny little speck?
That's true. Who cares what people think?
It starts to get dangerous. We start robbing banks and stuff. We're not like careless with it, but like
We go to prison. Well, I'm just a tiny little speck. It's okay.
we can still be careful
Yes.
with our free will.
Smart.
Yeah, we'll be, what do they call that? Responsible.
Hey, that was our character trait at school this month.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh, what the Sigma? Jaden gets
Mary
to
Risbus.
Jaden gets to hear all these little. I don't even know what you would brain rot. She gets to listen to brain rot all day because she works with
Literally.
kids.
What the
What the
Sigma?
skibbity?
Skibbity.
Okay, I gotta be up early because I'm gonna get chopped open tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Bye.